Caught my boyfriend on dating apps. Here's how I ended it. When I first met Daniel, I thought he was the kind of man I'd always dreamed of: charming, funny, and endlessly attentive. We met through a mutual friend at a small birthday dinner, and within weeks he was calling me every night, showing up with flowers, and making me laugh until my stomach hurt. At the time, I was juggling student loans, rent, and a demanding job, but he made life feel lighter. "We're a team," he'd say whenever things got tough. And I believed him. So when he lost his job, I didn't think twice about covering expenses until he got back on his feet. Rent, food, even his phone bill, I handled it all, telling myself it was temporary. But as months went by, temporary started to feel permanent. His job hunt was half-hearted at best, and slowly I realized the only thing he was committed to was draining my savings. Still, I held on, because love makes fools of us all. That's when the little red flags started to appear. He began sleeping with his phone in his pocket, every single night. At first, I laughed it off, but soon I noticed how carefully he shielded the screen whenever I was around, never answering messages in front of me. One night, his phone slipped out of his sweats while he slept. I picked it up, planning to put it on the charger. But then the screen lit up and my heart sank, notification after notification from a dating app. In that moment, the puzzle pieces clicked. The secrecy, the mood swings, the empty promises. I wanted to wake him and demand answers, but instead, I set the phone down quietly. If he was going to lie, I was going to catch him in a way he couldn't deny. The next morning, I called my best friend Mia. Blonde hair, piercing blue eyes, she was exactly his type. With her permission, I used her photos to make a fake dating profile. By that evening, Daniel had matched with her. Of course he had. For the next week, he flirted with me under the guise of talking to Mia. He said he was single. Said he lived with a friend. Said he wanted to rent a hotel so they could spend the night together. Meanwhile, in real life, I was still covering every bill, cooking his meals, and listening to him whine about how no one ever supported him the way I did. The final straw came when he asked me for $50 to buy his mom a birthday gift. I handed it to him with a smile, already plotting. That weekend, he told me he'd be staying at his mom's house. I kissed him goodbye and wished him well. Then I packed every belonging he had, set it out by the curb, and changed the locks. Through the fake profile, I strung him along, sending him teasing messages and photos until 1 a.m. Finally, I sent him a picture of his bags being picked apart by a homeless man. "Enjoy your hotel stay," I wrote. Then I blocked him. When Monday rolled around, he was outside my door, ugly, crying, begging, then raging. When he tried forcing his way into my apartment, I called the cops and filed for a restraining order. Daniel eventually slunk off to another city, where I heard he found a job with distant relatives. Maybe he learned a lesson. Maybe not. But I did. Love without respect isn't love, it's a trap. And the only way out is to walk away, even if you have to burn a few bridges on the way.